The screen went black, and for a moment, like the whole world just stopped breathing. A character we spent years loving to hate or just plain fearing met an end so visceral and so final that it sent shockwaves through every corner of the internet.
Oh, it really did. The cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, Hollywood has a brand new obsession. Welcome to Star Pulse Media.
Yeah, we are so glad you are joining us for this deep dive. Today, we are unpacking the penultimate episode of Euphoria Season 3. We're pulling details from TV Line, the Express Tribune, and SI Movie Caps.
Right, and our mission today is to really dig into these visceral deaths and, those secret histories that just completely broke the internet this week.
Exactly. So let's jump straight into the headline everyone is screaming about. Nate Jacobs is officially good.
I mean, I knew things were getting dark this season, but buried alive. I actually had to look away from the screen.
It was so intense. So the background here, if you missed it, is that Nate fell into this massive $1 million debt to Naz.
Right, from all those failed business ventures.
Yeah. So Naz, the drug dealer, kidnaps him and buries him in a shallow grave, ironically at his own construction site.
Which is just brutal, and he leaves him with only this tiny little air pipe to breathe through.
Right. And then comes the twist that has everyone talking. Nate hears something at the vent, and he thinks he's being saved.
But it's not a rescue, it's a rattlesnake. And it just slithers right down the pipe into the box with him.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. He gets bitten in the neck and just dies right there before anyone can reach him.
It's horrifying. But Jacob Elordi actually called it a cool way to go in some behind-the-scenes clips. He said the show has been a huge part of his life.
I mean, it's basically a twisted Greek fable. You have this untouchable monster of a character, and he gets taken out by a literal snake in the dirt.
Yeah, the fans are totally divided right now. Some are saying he completely deserved it, and others are just stunned by the sheer horror of how pathetic his end was.
Totally. But hold on to that thought, because coming up later, we have an even darker twist involving Rue's fate that you will not want to miss.
Oh, absolutely. But while the internet was freaking out over Nate, the episode also gave us this emotional gut punch with Ollie's secret past.
We transition from Nate's literal burial right into Ollie's figurative burial of his dark history. The flashbacks were just...
Next level. Colman Domingo is always incredible. But this was something else.
We see him completely lost to addiction, right? Smoking crack in a motel room with a sex worker who was played brilliantly by Natasha Lyonne, by the way.
Yeah, she was amazing. But seeing the domestic violence he inflicted on his family, the trauma his kids went through, it was really hard to watch.
It was, and now he carries that book of the dead, filled with the names of addicts he couldn't save. But I have to ask, does seeing this violent past make his role as Rue's wise mentor feel hypocritical to you?
I don't think so at all. I think it makes his guidance infinitely more profound, honestly. He's not preaching from a pedestal. He survived those dark horrors himself.
That makes sense. It's like a stark reminder of how addiction usually ends, which casts this really ominous shadow over Rue right now.
Definitely. And speaking of ominous shadows, we really need to talk about Cassie's storyline.
Oh man, the horror movie sequence. Before we get into Cassie's absolute nightmare, if you are loving these breakdowns, make sure you keep listening because the glass table scene is just wild.
I can still hear the sound of that glass shattering, honestly.
Yeah. So SI Movie Caps highlighted this scene where a henchman kicks in Cassie's door and just throws her straight into her glass coffee table.
Completely shattering it.
Yeah.
And while she's tied up and gagged on the floor, Alamo, the mastermind, is just sitting there calmly sipping from a #1 dad mug.
The irony is so chilling, and he gives her exactly 72 hours to pay $1 million, which is exactly how long it takes to die of dehydration.
Yeah, and he gives her this ultimatum saying pay up or Nate dies, having zero clue that Nate is already dead from a snake bite.
The timing is just tragic. Meanwhile, Rue and Faye are breaking into Wayne's safe. They're expecting to find cash, right?
But instead, they find dozens of IDs belonging to missing women.
Oh, it gave me chills. And the episode just ends on Faye's panic scream.
It leaves Rue's fate completely hanging by a thread as we head into this massive 93-minute finale.
It really does. Now, real quick, as a disclaimer, we know the show features highly charged factions right now, like the DEA and neo-Nazi groups.
Right, and we are just analyzing the fictional narrative here. We aren't endorsing any of those viewpoints or actions shown on screen.
Exactly. We're just here for the story. So, to wrap up, I want to leave you with a wild internet theory to mull over.
Oh, I love the theories. Let's hear it.
With the body count rising and chaos literally everywhere, could Lexi, The quiet playwright who is just observing everything, be the only character who actually survives.
Oh, wow. That would be the ultimate twist.
Yeah.
The one writing the story is the only one left to tell it.
Right. Something to think about before the finale.